So we actually wanted to talk first about, why do organizations need API product management and product managers? What are some of the trends that we're observing? What are you seeing in
Yeah,
in the Nordics? And
I think that it's a good question because in the Nordics and maybe like outside of US and UK, where you are coming from, is that there's a lot of, well, there's a general lack of product management, let's say. There are some industries where the product management culture has been there forever, like with physical products, but with digital products and IT, product management is not necessarily yet a thing. Not in the extent that it is in some of the US-based startups, for example, and Silicon Valley startups that we are seeing. But I think that there's also confusion on product management versus project management versus, agile practices of software development where you have this product owner concept. So I think that's one confusing thing. But how does that look to you in UK or in Australia, where you've been
well,
doing
that's I'm more recently back in the UK. I think that the idea of product management, as you say, it's very much understood in the technology industry for digital products, and it's inherent with design thinking. It's inherent with agile practices, and with and the product managers themselves often have a strong kind of connection with the technology itself. It's what they're about, and the leadership in the organizations understands that. For organizations that are looking to embrace this, and if they've come out of industrial industries or financial services, they're looking to apply what they're familiar with, if you like, in either physical products or products that might look like an app on a smartphone, and they're looking to apply that potentially in APIs, but along the way, perhaps because of where they are on the journey, there's quite a lot of very different interpretations. So if APIs, for example, have been primarily seen as an integration opportunity and a process digitization opportunity, then typically product management might be seen as more close to project management. And I think you would agree that they are very different skill sets. And while you can perhaps move from one to the other, they're very different. What are you saying?
I would say exactly the same. I mean, one thing is that I've met really, really great project managers who have been great at keeping the project team in sync and talking to the stakeholders, having deadlines and managing the task, but they haven't taken the full ownership of what is being actually developed in the project. Like what is the task that needs to be done next? What is the priority of things? They have relied on some stakeholders to say that, hey, this needs to be done first, or some developers or IT experts to say this needs to be done first. But with the role of product manager, one thing that they need to do is more of the prioritization. I mean, of course, a product manager also talks with the stakeholders, that's a given, but they also have a lot more control usually on saying, okay, this is the priority. On the other hand, that is also what a product owner does in Agile, but then you have all the other stuff that is needed for APIs and in product management in general, which is like marketing, talking to sales, thinking about the user needs and all of that stuff. And I think that that's where it gets interesting in a way.